This is going to be a tutorial for full game SASO Ambrose, and I'll let the run play in the background while I give some context about it. So first, it is important to know that your FPS and your hardware configuration determine your NPC speed, where on average having a better PC or more FPS will make the NPCs go faster. Now, to make the strategy consistent, it's important to lower your FPS to lower than around, I'd say, 85. And you can achieve this in many ways, including turning on ray tracing, increasing your resolution scale, or turning on VSync 1 or 2 depending on your monitor's refresh rate. So if you have a 60Hz monitor, VSync 1's enough, but if you have a 144Hz monitor, you will need VSync 2. And there's also other solutions, but they're out of the scope of this video, so you feel free to ask me in any of the Hitman speedrunning discords. Now, what this manipulation of your FPS does is it makes it so that there's a larger gap between Akka and her personal guard, which means that she will likely not get spotted when you kill her. There is still the potential issue of your PC's hardware being literally too good for the strategy, and it makes it so that the guard and Akka is still very close to each other, but I will link to some videos in the description if you fall under this category. Now moving on to the tutorial. So as you'll see, the moment I load into the mission, I'm going to go into my pause menu and turn on VSync 2 to lower my FPS. Now for the cutscene skip, I like to look at this guy on the left, specifically the cloth in his hand, where he's going to start shaking this, and by the end of the shaking animation, I'm going to skip the cutscene. Now, if this timing is a bit too tight for Akka, then you can skip the cutscene earlier.
The second you see that tower light up, you radio me. Got it?
Then you're going to pull out your EMP and you're going to want to drop it in this puddle around here, where if you drop it too close, he's not going to walk into the puddle fully, and too far, and he's not going to go for it.
Akka's not getting what?
Now, if you have any troubles with making this timing when you're just full sprinting, you can also let go of shift for a moment.
Sir, you can't leave that here.
At around 11 seconds, you're going to want to turn around and look at him, and if he has a question mark above his head, it means he's going to go for the EMP. If he doesn't, you might want to reset. Now, at the very end of 17 seconds, or the beginning of 18 seconds, you're going to want to detonate the EMP. Then you're going to position for the Akka kill at the very top of this log, and fast unpack. Now, for the lineup of the shot, I like to line my crosshair up with this line on the wall right here. And for the shot itself, I like to pre-fire it a little bit when she's about to go into my crosshair. Then after that, I like to turn off my VSync.
Crest taken care of. Now you just have to deal with the satellite control unit.
Then you're going to take some triple shots into the top of this wall right here. Now, you're going to want to triple shot both of the guards here, and to make sure I do that, I like to shoot 2 bursts. Then you kill the camera, and as you can see here, this triple shot worked as intended because they're standing still. If you shot this too low or at a weird spot, then they're maybe going to run into this corner here, and the rest of the panic is not going to work. Now we're going to take another triple shot into this spot right here. And I like to take the shots when I'm still behind this box, because I've had troubles with the guard who's around here seeing me shoot the triple shot and then compromising me. And the final part is picking up the key and shooting the satellite to exit the mission. Now, you're going to want to go as close to the boat as possible and then shoot 1 or 2 bursts depending on how much it takes, and exiting the mission. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments of this video or the Hitman Speedrunning Discord.